All right, it's 8:14, and you know, it's great to have family and friends over for Thanksgiving for a home-cooked meal, but not everyone has the time or, the planning ability or even the time to plan to figure out what to make. Fortunately, there's a way you can enjoy a holiday meal without the stress of planning or budgeting for one.
And joining us this morning to talk about a plan called EMeals is someone who uses EMeals, a working mom, a blogger, Michelle Flood. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really do appreciate it. So how long have you been using EMeals?
Almost 3 years now.
So what do you think?
I absolutely love EMeals. It's saved me time, it's saved me money, it keeps me organized. It lets me put something on the dinner table every night so that we can sit down as a family without a lot of stress.
How did you first hear about email? And let's point out, you're not affiliated with the company at all.
You're not getting paid by
You're
them.
just someone who lives
no.
here, who uses it, and wanted to share this your experience with our viewers. How did you hear about it?
It was actually through the Dave Ramsey website, who's all about the budgeting stuff. And that's how I discovered it and said, you know what, that sounds like totally up my alley. You know, I want to save money. I mean, don't we all? I need to be more organized in what I put on the table. So because it gives me a shopping list, it gives me the menus for a whole week. There's a variety of different plans to choose from, which you can switch, from one to the other as often as you want. Sure. There's, low calorie plans. There's 30-minute plans, which I personally love. There's what they call simple gourmet. There's just a variety of different plans that just make it so easy to get your menus and your list, and you go to the store with your iPad or your phone or the paper list, and there you go.
You're good to go. How about the Thanksgiving meal? Have you gotten that one in the inbox yet?
I do, and here's a couple of the recipes from the menu. And one is a not quite so sweet potato casserole, and the other one is a cranberry chutney that is absolutely delicious.
That's
something
great.
A little bit different, but yet everything that's in the Thanksgiving menu is pretty traditional type stuff, but I
just
took my little thing and
list alone, I would think would save a lot of time, because
It does.
I always forget a few ingredients every time I have to go, so I end up making like 2 or 3 trips to the grocery store.
it does.
How do the meals, and you've been using this for a couple of years, how frequently do they change the meals if you're like on one plan, or is this Thanksgiving meal the same as last year's Thanksgiving meal?
No, and it all changes. I mean, it's occasionally you'll see a repeat in recipe, but it's pretty rare. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of them. Now, I switch between the plans fairly frequently.
To change it up?
To change it up a little bit. When I was, I lost 30 pounds using the low calorie and portion control meals.
Wow, okay.
So, when I was doing that, it was obviously all different. Right now, I'm doing the 30-minute.
If there's any downside to this, what would it be?
There you go.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah,
you still have to do the cooking. Yeah, that's pretty much
So
it.
it's not like meals are coming to your house. Like
No, it's not quite, and they're not made
not like
for
George
you.
Jetson just yet.
No, I wish.
I know,
wish.
right?
Then when that comes up, I'll be there.
If that were the case, then it would only be a pill, and I'd rather eat what
And you drop it in
what
the
Michelle
water.
fixed than just a little pill if we're going to go the Jetsons
Exactly.
route.
You still have to have the enjoyment of the food.
So how much is it again?
It's like $5 a week.
All right.
But it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Every bit of it. It keeps you organized in the long run. You don't end up buying a lot of stuff you don't end up cooking that sits in the back of your freezer and gets bad.
All right. Thank you very much, Michelle Flood, who is a Southeast Michigan resident, mother, and blogger, for joining us to share her experience with EMeals.